Yo, what's up guys? It's your boy High Risk and we are back with another video. In today's video, we're going to be trying something out. We're trying to do kind of like a 0 to hero on this account here. And basically, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be seeing how good one-handed holy is. Now, as you can clearly see, I'm using a T3 holy staff. It's not even technically a one-handed holy like a T4 or nothing. It's just a friggin', just a mid staff. But the thing is that even in something like duo depths, the survivability of this staff is absolutely crazy. I mean, realistically, if I'm doing a situation like this where I'm against one person, I'm not gonna die. Now, obviously there's a bunch of people here, so I'm just trying to get away, but I'm utilizing things that have low cooldowns. Now, you're probably wondering, okay, so why would I use this build versus, say, with Mistwalker Hood versus, I don't know, Guardian Helm or Purity, you know, something that's a little bit better, right? Or more meta. I miss this. And then these guys push him, so I just figured I would like kind of follow up behind. Now the reason that I'm using the Mistwalker Hood is actually pretty simple, right? So the reason why I'm using the Mistwalker Hood is because whenever I use that shield ability, the Frost Barrier or whatever it's called, I actually get 25% of my max energy back. So as you can imagine, Mistwalker Hood is really good. Now, obviously, Guardian Helm is incredible. No one's questioning that. Just bring mana pots, right? And even though I agree that you can go mana pot Guardian Helm, I still do like this as an option. All that I'm doing here is I'm just kind of experimenting and testing out this build. And so that's why I'm not like really trying. For example, I didn't even try to go for that chest or anything. But I'm just seeing, like, what is the survivability here? You know what I mean? Obviously, there's really no damage. Now, I think a really good option here as well would be Invisibility Pot. Even just with this build by itself, I think Invis Pot would probably be better than Poison. Because what you can do is if you're getting pushed into mobs, I mean, you're a healer. You can Invis while waiting for cooldowns, and it'll de-aggro all the mobs immediately. And if they're not prepared for it, it could easily put you into a better situation, advantage-wise. As you see, they're just trying to lay into me as hard as they can. But the thing is I have the mobility, right? So, most people would use, like, a mana sprint. A lot of people do use this type of build, for their movement, for their boots, right? A lot of people do use this because it's really strong. It gives you very good mobility, and it just works. But the thing is that when you're not using something like mana boots, right, you might get low in mana. And that's one of the reasons that I actually like the Mistwalker Hood. Because at the end of the day, I'm never running out of mana. I'm literally never running out. There is no way that I'm going to run out of mana. And I think that that's something that's actually, like, really interesting. You know what I mean? It's just about resource management and about cooldown and about knowing when to run and when not to run. And so it's really going to be a good endurance test. I think that this is going to be something that I probably mess around with in the corrupted dungeons, just to kind of give you guys a rough idea on the kind of process and thinking here. As you can see, I'm still on the cleric robes because, I mean, they're just good. The whole not being able to die thing is kind of nice. And again, another thing that the boots allow me to do is that I'm immune to the slows and roots and things like that. And you see a lot of people that do root the players with catches with, like, Incubus and with staffs. There's just a lot of rooting that's used, especially in depths content. So it is nice that I don't have to worry about that too much. Now, realistically, right, I mean, I think if I had the IP on them, I could probably do it. Now, what you notice there is I actually went invisible for a brief period of time. That was, if I'm correct, I believe that was my undead cape popping. So they did actually pop my undead cape. But the thing is I can wait out the timer on the undead cape. So it's a really interesting feature, I can't lie. And what you'll notice here is that when the depths start to close, I'm actually able to kind of hold people off for a while. It's really fun. It's more of like a little rat comp where you try to push into people if they're low, and you just kind of poke them down until they die. And believe it or not, your Q does actually do a good amount of damage when you're on Smite. Obviously, Smite is pretty much your only DPS option with One-Handed Holy, but at the same time, it's not awful, right? I mean, you poke somebody enough times, and if you can kite well enough away, and you can use your shields and stuff, oftentimes you can really just... It's hard for people to deal with. Like, these guys just keep letting into me, and we're constantly resetting. But I'm only one person. Now, I will say this. They're not on super high mobility builds. Although they do catch me, I think, coming up here. Yep. But the thing is, I can just heal and knock them back. So it's like, it's a really good example is like, you know, like one-shot comps. If you know, or bracers, a lot of people will go in like Ava Fists or bracers. And what you can do is you can use your chest, you can use your cleric robes into the alt, or into their ease, if you know that they're about to do it, or if you see the animations. That way, you're not just getting decimated by a one-shot bracer, and it still gives you a chance to dip. Another thing you can do is if they're not on like bracers or anything like that, if they're not on fists, but they're on more of like a root style build, like an Incubus Blazing, you can actually, if you see the mace player starting to push you, you can just use your boots here that have immune to roots, so that way when they go to hit you with it, you don't really have to worry about it too much. So yeah, it's pretty interesting. Now this one is interesting too, so I'm trying to get the kill on this guy. It's not as easy as it looks. I don't know how this guy even survives, to be honest. But as you see, I mean, they're rough here. They're going rough. Now, they obviously have, like, something going on. They've got a cursed player. And as you see, I counter the cursed by using my cleric robes. And just because I don't want to have to deal with the curse stacks. I would have taken a lot of damage, I'm sure. So, but if you guys notice, I'm really not even looking at their build 9 times out of 10. I don't have to. Like, you know what I mean? Like, obviously you want to know. But here's the thing, right? This is not a build that is designed to brawl. So I'm not really trying to fight them. I'm just trying to kind of mess with them. That's really all this build is. Now, I'm not sure if these are the guys that kill me, but there's a team that does kill me. But, I mean, it takes them forever. And I'd like to point out something, too. I'm solo during this whole thing, right? If I had a single teammate, like if I was running my build and somebody else was running something that's like, you know, high mobility, I mean, we'd probably be fine. And you know what I mean? Like, specifically, I realize that might is not considered like the meta or whatever. But realistically, if you were just going on like a full kite comp, the way like this is set up, you could easily go like Badon or Arctic Staff or something like that. You know what I mean? And just try to keep range on them. You could do a lot of things. I think the Badon would probably be one of the best. You could also run Mist Piercer. Actually, I'd probably go Sky Strider. I'd probably say Sky Strider. Mist Piercer is just so good right now. But I would probably say Badon. Badon has really good mobility, and this type of build would really go good with a Badon. Just because you basically would just kite and poke them when they push you too hard, and then you just dip. And in that being said, you would actually want, like, they would usually focus the healer to begin with, so I would probably stay in the front to tank for my DPS while they poke from behind us as we're kiting away. That would realistically be a very viable strategy. In the depths, and as you see, the depths is closing. But I haven't had enough fun, okay? I want to mess with these guys, and I do overextend a little bit on these guys because I thought they left and they didn't, which was weird, but, I mean, it happens. But as you can see, I mean, it's difficult for them. Like, there's no doubt about that. This is not an easy battle for them in any shape or form. So for some reason my smite was not working, and it's fine, it happens. I go into mobs here, which I'm not really sure why. I thought they were going to follow me in, but they didn't, which I thought was weird. Now, the thing that I was thinking about was, okay, so soon we're going to start taking damage, but I can heal and they really can't. So I can technically out DPS the depths damage, and they cannot. So that was the thought there. I think that if you're going to play this build, you do try to get a team towards the time that mists. You try to get a team towards the time that the depths is closing like this to where they're going to take damage. And once they start taking damage is when you get more aggressive. And the thing is that they're going to start taking damage, and at first it's not going to be a lot. But after a while, the damage in depths will eventually kill you no matter what your build is. That's just what it's designed to do, right? So I'm going to run it around now because I kind of lost track of these guys. Like, I really didn't know where they went. But honestly, I didn't really care. I just figured I would run around. And, you know, it is what it is. I missed the chance to kill a few people, but overall, I'm happy. I mean, I did alright. The whole idea, as you see, I had no stacks, by the way. I didn't kill literally anything. I was just simply running through just to try to mess with people and rat people that were fighting each other. Because, like, realistically, this is what you would do with this. If you were in corrupted dungeons and you were running, for example, one-handed holy and not this garbage tier 3 staff. Yeah, I mean, obviously you'd use a very similar build, and you'd be alright. I don't really see them here. I'm just walking around, really, right? I'm just walking around. I'm just trying to find people. This is such a strong build, and personally, I really like it. If you're going in solo, even just in general, I think just as a player, you should have your whole holy line starting to get specced out anyways, so you probably should try to get a relatively meta build for that. But just in general, right? One-handed holy is one of those builds that you can bring into depths. Absolutely. Like, this type of build, you could absolutely bring this build in the depths. Again, right? Your skills would look a little bit differently because you'd use an actual holy, not whatever this is. This tier 3 staff is so bad. So I noticed you go between the pillar, but then you can't move from there. It's kind of weird. Reminds me of, like, the invisible wall situation in the depths. But yeah, I mean, here's the thing, right? If you play it smart, you can probably get a few noobs off guard. There's a few other plays, like if it's duo and they don't have a healer and they're getting low to mobs, you can start just dumping smites and auto attacks into them, and then just giving yourself your shields, like your frost barrier, your helmet on Mistwalker. I believe it does reflect. So yeah, I was gonna wait here for a while because I just went down another floor. But I'm gonna fast forward a little bit so you can kind of see the Jews here in a minute. Alright, so it looks like we found some people up in the left corner there. It is Werewolf Healer. So obviously, this is one of the stronger builds for depths. It's just good in general. I believe these are the guys that kill me. But I'm gonna say this right now, as you guys are gonna watch, because it's gonna be completely uncut. It takes these guys ages. I mean, the healer's up front, and he's just trying his hardest to kill me. The thing they do where they make it so that the enemies that walk into you get bumped. Now, he bumped me there, which was funny because it actually helps me in this scenario. So I'm not really sure if that was intentional or not. Now, as you notice there, first off, clutch escape from me, but it's not over yet because we got some mobs in front of us. I mean, these guys chased me for a hot minute. Then again, I also double back on them so many times, I believe. It's kind of fun. Like, as you see, they're more or less leaving me alone. Probably waiting on cooldowns. But no, I mean, you see, like, they're chasing me. I'm still moving, and they're still coming towards me. So what I'm going to try to do is kind of move and get away a little bit. That werewolf is, he's something else, man. The problem is they're already healed back up, so I don't really have much of a choice. The werewolf just kind of teleports himself to a targeted location or whatever. I'm not really sure exactly what it is, but I think it's a werewolf anyway. I mean, I don't really know what I'm facing right now, but I don't really care what I'm facing. Now, as you see, Rady's bumping me, and that's what he wanted to do in the first place. And of course, it lasts for the perfect amount of time for the werewolf to get there. But it doesn't matter because they don't have the DPS. Or at least they don't at the moment, right? I mean, the thing is, if I was on invis pots here, I'd be totally fine. And that's just the truth. As you see, their whole plan is to just try to catch me. And it's not a bad plan. I'm setting up the smite. I actually hit both of them with a smite, which is insanely helpful. Make it look like I'm going to go down lower, and then I go up top. But the thing is that there's mobs there, and it's a wall, so I don't really have much of a choice. I've got 3 seconds now on this. We're going to pop our shields. It's not looking really good for me, I'm going to be honest with you. We're silenced, boom, right off the silence, we use that. But if you notice, some reason, so I used my cleric robes, but then my cleric's robes, you saw the cooldown for it, but they never actually procced. Basically just, it could be ping, it could have been lag, whatever it was. The point is that it clearly got used, but it didn't actually save me. So I'm assuming damage came through prior to it proccing, or you know, just latency and ping differential, something happened. So yeah, unfortunately that was luck, you know what I mean, because at the end of the day I could have gotten out. I could have had boots up and ready after that, and I could have survived the AoE from the mobs, and I might have even gone down to the mobs instead. So I mean, it's unfortunate, but it is what it is. So, with that being said, guys,
my life is anything but regular. Let's start that money in the air and watch some rain dance. They know I'm fly up in this bitch, they call me J-Man. We go live better in this bitch, we rockin' Ray-Bans. They know we bang, bitch, whole park on that gang shit.
Fans saying you must be mad, we smoking gummy pad. Told you I came to ball, this rackin' about his rags. We took pops to Iraq, he studding with a mask. He lollipopping up and topping couple mags. Hit him with that dash push, now he looking gnarly. Fun on do not answer, we trapping out the park, and Mordecai raped me. We packing a car like hitting with a steel. Now he frozen like his Pompeii, yeah.
King of the party, fuck a manager.